Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirana here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy, and today I wanted to talk to you about 5 daily habits to help keep your home clean and tidy. Now, the first thing you might wonder is why, on a channel about holistic wellness, am I choosing to talk more about keeping your home clean and tidy? Like, why do we even care? And the reason is because it is actually important for your well-being to have a home that is nice and pleasant to be in. It doesn't have to be top of the line. It doesn't have to be a $300,000 house. It just has to feel cozy and clean. There have been study after study done showing that messy spaces, even if you think you are one of those people that aren't bothered by mess, that it actually causes you this underlying stress. It can also be really frustrating when your house is messy and you can't find something you need. And there is indeed a health component in that when you like sweep and dust, you're removing allergens from your house. When you're wiping down your kitchen counters, cleaning them really good, or your light switches or your doorknobs or any of those things, you're removing potential pathogens like bacteria and viruses. So it is in your best interest, the best interest of your holistic wellness, to keep a home that is clean and tidy. Now, I want to share with you 5 daily habits that work really well in my house. However, I also want to start with sort of an overarching idea, and that is decluttering. I've shared a video on this before of some easy ways to start or continue or just maintain a decluttering process in your house. But indeed, it is much more difficult to clean a space that has lots of stuff versus cleaning a space that is simplified. If you feel like you always struggle to keep your home clean, chances are you have too much stuff, and that's probably the best place to start. But that's not what we're talking about here. Today, we're talking 5 daily habits. As I put these together, I sort of ranked them from 1 to 5, 1 being the best, 5 being, it's good, but it's not like a life changer. So we're going to start with 5, which you have heard many, many times, all of your life probably, and that is to make your bed every day. Now, I know it sounds simple, and a lot of people are like, who really cares? I'm going to just mess it up later on that day, so why bother? But just making your bed makes your bedroom feel nice and clean and tidy, even if it's not really clean, even if you have some other piles laying around. Just having the bed, which is usually the big focal point of the room, having that made just makes the room feel better. And even if you don't come into your bedroom again all day long, when you come in at night to go to bed and the first thing you see is a bed that's made that looks nice and inviting, that just promotes good sleep, and that's a good thing. And the next couple, I put them in this order, but I don't know if that's really truthfully the most, like the order of the most important. But my next one is that cleaning the kitchen, to me and my house, it's part of every meal. It is not something that gets done even once a day or every couple days. Every meal. So to me, in our house, a meal is prepping the food, eating the food, cleaning up after the meal. We don't finish dinner and then just plop our dishes down and say, we'll get to this tomorrow. It happens maybe not immediately, enjoy the dinner, relax. If we have friends over, we're going to sit and talk for a while. But chances are we're going to sort of meander out to the kitchen and start cleaning up so that we can clean up, have everything put away. Well, maybe not put away, but at least like dishes done, kitchen functional again before we sit down and relax for the evening. Now, when I say clean up, you might say, like, exactly, yeah, what are you doing? What is considered cleaning the kitchen? Now, for us, we do have a dishwasher, so it means either putting all of our plates and silverware and stuff that we used in the dishwasher, or if there's other things like pans or things that need to soak, or things that aren't really going to go in the dishwasher, they get washed and then just left maybe in the dish drainer to dry. So I'm not drying them and putting them away, but they're washed and drying. The counters get wiped down. If making dinner was kind of messy, the stove gets a quick wipe. Nothing crazy. I'm not pulling out all sorts of cleaning products. I'm just wiping it down so it looks decent. And then if it was a really messy prep, it might even be a quick sweep of the floor. Again, just a quick grab the broom, get the worst of it up, make sure it looks decent, and then I'm not crunching on breadcrumbs every time I walk through the kitchen. But the kitchen is sort of reset to a functional state. Like you could come in right behind me and prep another meal. Like it's ready to go. If you're one of those people who likes to leave your dishes and do all the dishes all at once, either for the whole day or maybe even for a couple days, I'll tell you, you're just making your life harder, because the longer dishes sit and stuff dries on, they pile up, it becomes this big, huge chore. If you just do the dishes right then, it takes 5-10 minutes at the most. Like a big meal, I can have the dishes done in 10 minutes. It's really not that difficult. If you time it sometime, you'll see, because we tend to over exaggerate it. We think it's going to take us forever to clean up the kitchen, and it really doesn't. 10 minutes is all it takes. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to click the like button below. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a future video. So I mentioned after each meal is sort of a kitchen reset. So number 3, I think I'm on here. Number 3 is like multiple resets throughout the day. Now, what do I mean by a reset? The first one I will mention is, like I said, when we are cleaning up the kitchen, we're filling the dishwasher. At the end of the night, as we're sitting watching TV, that's usually how we end our evening, right? Sit on the couch, have a glass of wine or a cup of tea, cover up with a blanket, watch a movie or a TV show. And then when we're done, when it's time for bed, I reset the living room. So any dishes we were using get brought out to the kitchen, put in the dishwasher or washed. The throw blanket gets folded back up and neatened, pillows get neatened, the remote gets thrown into the basket. Just anything that's out just gets taken care of, so that the living room, when we get up in the morning, is all put back. It's reset. Along those same lines, that dishwasher that we've been filling with our meals or our snacks or anything, anytime we've done anything in the kitchen throughout the day, if it's full, we run it when we go to bed. Now, it's only 2 of us that live here now, so oftentimes we're running the dishwasher maybe every other day, but more often than not, it probably is every day we run it. So we run that at night. The dishes from dinner are drying in the drainer, anything that didn't go in the dishwasher. We go to bed. In the morning, the first thing we do is sort of a dishes reset. The dishwasher gets empty, the drainer gets emptied. So then throughout the day, any dirty dishes can go right in the drainer or the dishwasher. So we start the day with a reset. And then another important one that I think we tend to forget about, and that is reset at transition times. So this might be when your kids come home from school or work or wherever your kids have been. So if you have kids living at home, when they come home, they come in with stuff. Now I'm thinking school particularly, they come home with a backpack. As soon as they come home, while you're still in that transition state, is the time to reset the backpack. So it's like pull out the lunch stuff, get that taken care of. Any papers that need to be pulled out, taken care of, signed, homework that's going to be done in a little bit, set aside. And then the backpacks get reset so that they're ready to go the next day. When you or a spouse comes home from work, maybe you have a lunch bag that you are carrying, or your computer bag, or whatever it is that you take back and forth with you to work. Take care of that. Like, don't just come in and plop it down somewhere. If you had a lunch, wash out any of your lunch containers, get them in the sink at least so that you can wash them maybe while you're prepping dinner. Get your lunch bag put away, put your computer bag away, whatever it is. If you were at the gym and you have come home with a gym bag full of dirty laundry, put the dirty laundry where it goes, put the gym bag where it goes. these transition times where we walk into the house and just plop stuff down can instantly put like a whole area of your house in disarray. So make it a habit that you don't just come in and plop things down at transition times. You actually follow through in taking care and resetting what you need to reset. Which sort of brings me right into tip number 2, which is don't set things down unless that's where they belong. Put them away. So this, I see people do this all the time, and it cracks me up because, not to say I do it too, my husband does it too, but we've made a really conscious effort to not, or at least I have. Maybe he's a little less so, but I nag him about it, so that helps. Um, I have been like hanging out with friends and watched them like go want to show me something, go pull something out of a cabinet and say, oh, look at this, and then just set it down, and then grab something else and then set it down, and do this over and over and over again. And it doesn't take only like 5 things now are all of a sudden just sitting out and about instead of being where they were, where they go. Like, take it out, use it, put it back where it belongs. I mean, if it doesn't like mean you have to like leave the house and go out to the garage to take care of it, if it's only going to take you 10-20 seconds, just do it now. And then like, it's easy. Just do that one thing now is much easier than having 5 things that you have to take care of later. And to continue on that same thought, I try to never leave a room empty-handed. And that's sort of like that same idea. If I've pulled stuff out and I'm in a room doing something, whatever it is I'm doing, if I have things out that I was using, if I'm done with them, as I leave the room, I try to take them with me and take care of them. Again, most of the time you can do that in just a few extra seconds. But if you let that build up, it becomes overwhelming into this huge chore that you now have to set aside like a half an hour to pick up all of your stuff. And lastly, the number 1 tip that I don't know how I don't think I consciously started doing this. I think it just sort of happened, is clean on the fly. And the idea here is you don't have to set aside like a full 30 minutes to say like clean the bathroom. It's really more about cleaning things as you notice they're dirty. If, for example, your bathroom sink isn't dirty, then why clean it just because you've decided you're cleaning the bathroom today? What I typically do is my shower, my bathtub, it's like a shower bathtub all in one. So if I'm taking a shower, oftentimes I will just take my cleaner in with me. It's a fairly natural cleaner, so I'm not, breathing a bunch of junk. But I'll take my shower, and then at the end, I'll spray stuff down, grab the sponge. I can clean everything down. I can use the shower head to rinse it all down. I'm right there. I'm wet anyways, so I don't have to worry about, getting my sleeve wet, or, you know how annoying it is when you're cleaning the tub and you end up wet. So I can just do that. And that doesn't mean I have to clean the rest of the bathroom. I noticed the bathtub was dirty. I cleaned it. All is good. I move on. Maybe the next day I might walk in the bathroom and be like, oh, look, the toilet looks kind of grungy. I'm going to clean the toilet. Or brushing my teeth. Like, oh, look, the sink is gross. Today I'm going to clean the sink. You can do that all throughout your house. When I walk into the living room and I notice the coffee table looks dusty, I grab something, I dust the coffee table. I might choose to also do the end tables at the same time, because once I look around, I might be like, oh yeah, they're dusty too. But I'm not going to dust the whole living room now. I'm only dusting what I notice. I will set aside time, maybe next week, maybe next month, I don't know, to dust the whole entire living room. But for the most part, day in, day out, I'm only doing what I notice is dirty, because why waste time cleaning something that doesn't look dirty? Same with my kitchen. In my kitchen, you've probably seen in other videos, my cabinets are white. So they do get dirty, and they have like little beveled edges on them that get sort of dusty. So there's many, many times where I'm cleaning the kitchen that I will just grab a cleaning rag and just wipe my counters down. Again, I'm not turning it into this huge project. I'm just quickly wiping down where I notice. I might only do the upper cabinets. I might only do the bottom cabinets. I might start with one and then do them all. But I'm going to maybe wipe the cabinets and completely ignore mopping my floor, because my floor doesn't show dirt nearly as much as my cabinets do. So yeah, eventually I will mop the floor, but I'm not going to turn it into a whole, I have to clean the kitchen and it's going to take me an hour type thing. Because I find when you do that, you're much less likely to follow through. Who has like that kind of time, right? So we don't want to set aside this big chunk of time to do chores, but if you just do a little bit on the fly as you notice it, you can be cleaning. I kind of laugh at sometimes I feel like I'm cleaning all the time so that I feel like I never have to clean. I clean in 30-second intervals sometimes. All right, maybe 5 minutes. Depends on what it is. But just cleaning on the fly is the best way to keep your house clean and tidy without feeling like you're always spending hours every day cleaning. And one last bonus tip is to figure out your laundry system, because laundry is another big issue for a lot of people. We tend to do like a little bit of laundry most days, but that doesn't work for everybody. Some people prefer to have one day where they do all of the laundry. So you kind of got to figure out, your personality, what works well for the schedule of life in your house. But whichever way you choose to do laundry, I would sort of think of it along the same ways I think about a meal. Start to finish, do not fold your laundry and leave piles of laundry around as if it's decor. That just having clean laundry sitting around will make your house feel messy. So take the extra few minutes to take care of the laundry. Get your family members to take care of all of their laundry, or at the very least, get just everybody their own laundry basket and take their laundry in their basket, put it in their room. Even if they never put it away and they just live out of the laundry basket, who cares? It's cleaned up, it's picked up, it's neat, it's in their bedroom, not in your living room, and that's what matters. Now, a little disclaimer or parting thoughts on this. Anybody who knows me or have watched a lot of my videos, you may know that my husband and I are empty nesters. It's just the two of us now, and we also both don't work outside the house. So you might be thinking, oh, sure, okay, yeah, you can do these things, Tracy, because you're home all day and it's just you don't have kids at home. But let me tell you, we've been doing these things for years. So we were doing these things when we both worked 50-hour weeks away from home in an office. We were doing these things when we had a small kid at home. So it's possible no matter what. Now, again, if your family is very different, if you have 5 kids, yeah, it might be harder to keep a home clean and tidy. You might have to do some chasing. You might have to teach your kids to help out a little bit. And you might have to accept that clean and tidy for a household with 5 kids does look a little bit different than clean and tidy in a house of empty nesters. And that's fine. I'm not saying your house has to be immaculate. You just want it to be comfortable. You want it to be your sanctuary. That's what your home should be. It should be stress-free. It should feel good. You should want to spend time there. It shouldn't stress you out. That is my point. So now all of these tips are going to work exactly as I do them for you. And that's fine. Modify them, play with them, see what you can do, how you can change them, whatever it takes to make them work for you. Again, my name is Tracy Martorana. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.